Okay, welcome back to class. We are going to do our next project, which is called View of My Feature. You should have your handout, a white paper, either a regular ruler or a paper ruler, pencil of your own, and an eraser. So what we're going to do is we're going to explore a two-point perspective that we did earlier in the year, two-point perspective by creating an illusion of your ideal feature. All right, you will draw on your personal interests and your goals to depict a two-point perspective scene of places or occupation that you aspire to be or go for your future. And we're going to start with two-point perspective building on the left side, and then we're going to go into, you can go into Google, or if you've taken pictures already of somewhere that you aspire to go for your future. So more likely this is present side on the left side, or you can do future side on the left side and future side on the right side. This is going to be in some sunglasses, and the sunglasses can be your own personal shape that you want, but today we're going to use the one from the handout. If you turn over your handout, these are the list of supplies that you're going to have. The objective for you today is to learn two-point perspective or recap two-point perspective and the understanding of how it relates to everyday life and buildings that we see today. Your own reflection and collection of ideas, your mood and interpretation of your artwork, and even your peers' artwork, okay? So let's go to step one, and let's practice drawing the regular prism to two-point perspective. And we're going to include the horizon line, the vanishing point, and the orthogonal lines that we studied earlier in the year. And here we have the two-point perspective cityscape, and we're going to practice that on the back of your paper really quickly, but then we'll turn the paper over and we will do the view of our feature on the other side. So let's go ahead now and take our white paper. You can turn it over to the back for practice. Let's lay our ruler down because we are doing two-point perspective. Let's grab the horizon line right at the, and this doesn't have to be big, it can be small. You're going to put your horizon line sort of in the middle of the paper, draw lightly so that you can erase properly. And then you're going to put your vanishing points on each end of the horizon line. One dot on the right side, one dot on the left side. All right, now you're going to find where you want to place your first building. If you're doing two buildings, that's great. We're going to draw the corner. When we're doing two-point perspective, we want the illusion that we can see the right side and the left side, the corner being the first thing we'll see when we look at this building. So we're going to turn our ruler vertical, and we're going to draw a line not touching the top and not touching the bottom, but it's 2 inches down from the bottom and maybe 3 inches from the top. That's your vertical line. That is the corner of the building. And I'm going to write the word corner, but you do not have to. Then we're going to draw orthogonal lines going from the corners of the bottom and the top of the corner line of the vertical line that we just drew to the right corner first. Do you need to go all the way over? You don't have to. You can stop, but just make sure it is pointing to the vanishing point. That is the correct way. Then we're going to draw the top of the orthogonal line going from the corner of the building all the way over to the vanishing point again. I like to stop where the bottom one ends. All right, drawing lightly at first. You can always redraw this over. So we're going to do the same thing on the left side because this is the right side of the building. I'm going to write right side of building, but you do not have to do that. Okay, we're going to draw the left side now, taking that ruler over to the vanishing point. This time I'm going to draw my lines going further to the vanishing point than the right side. Then I'm going to do the bottom corner to the vanishing point as well, making sure that my ruler is lined up with the dot and the corner of the building going all the way across. This is my left side of the building. You do not have to write left side, right? Now, recapping what we're going to do. We're going to close the side of the building on the right side and close the left side. Now we are having a building forming. So I'm going to lay my ruler down, making sure it's nice and vertical. I need to make sure my paper is nice and straight on my table, and then drawing my lines straight down. If you do not have your paper straight, flush, across and down, it's going to be very difficult for you to have a building that is straight up and down. It's going to look more leaning, like the Leaning Tower. Do we want that? No, we don't. So then you can add windows and doors as needed. We remember how to do that. We line up the vertical lines to the corner of the building, but on the left side, we're going to take the top of the door to the left vantage point, and then again on the right side, we'll do the same thing. So I'm pointing my ruler to the vanishing point. I notice there's a little gap left, so I can fill that in. And then I can create a doorway. It could be like a garage doorway that is opening up, or it can be like an open door. So I can place 2 dots in the center. Then if I want to do the same thing on the right side, I can. This here door can be a little more slender, taking that line over to the vanishing point. From this point, I can create even more important details for my building. I can put windows at the top. I can put signs on my buildings. I can let people know actually what type of building this is. I can create all kind of details. It can be a bulletin board on the top of the building. I can do a lot of things. And that billboard, if I create that on the left side of the building, remember that all horizontal lines must go to the what? To the vanishing point. And then I can write up in here anything that I want to write to let myself know that that's the type of building that I want. Office building. You can even create a house in 2-point perspective. You can create a lot of different things. So now we have practice, check mark, 2-point perspective really quickly. And we're going to now turn our paper over to the front, and we're going to begin to draw the 2-point perspective information that we learned. Again, it can be a house, it can have stairs, it can be like a museum. This is an art museum here. That's a feature for someone. They created some artwork or people inside of the building, steps, and the window. Notice that the window is angled toward the vanishing point. And then on the right side, you can create even more of the feature. I love the background that we have. The background is a sky and the scenery, because you are viewing, it's what you see out of those glasses. That is very important. So I do want us now to begin to establish a plan. That is step 2. You're going to brainstorm the ideas of your personal future goals. You're going to discuss how these can become inspiration for views of scene, and how these views can be illustrated using 2-point perspective. You can even sketch out on that back side some of your views, like this person did here. They're showing the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. That might be their future goal. They want to go there. You're going to sketch ideas for the views, including the 2-point building structure that we did with 2-point perspective. So then once you finish that, you can flip over the handout and begin to draw the details of the frame of the glasses. We're going to draw as large, see it says large as possible, sunglasses on this 9 by 12 paper. For us, for this class, it's going to be 8 by 10. And we're going to mimic exactly what we see. I like to start in the center. This here assignment is not about the grid, so you can freehand draw this to your capability. However, if you can't freehand it and you need more structure in the drawing, don't forget, go ahead, grab your grid, grab your ruler and create your grid on this sketch. Do I mind you doing that? No, I do not mind. All right, so we're going to continue to draw. Notice how I went all the way. I'm going to show you. I have gone all the way off the edge of my paper because I want these glasses to really be big, okay? But at the bottom, I'm going to arch those glasses in, all right? So we're creating these sunglasses exactly the way sunglasses can look, right? And if you don't like, again, if you don't like these particular glasses, what can you do? You can always go into Google, find your own particular type of glasses, and draw those out, all right? Okay, we still keep going over and over and over your details. I'm drawing darkly for you only because I want you to be able to see those details, but I want you to draw lightly. It's going to be very important that you draw lightly so that if you mess up, you won't have to get another piece of paper because we don't have a lot of paper for you to continue like mess up, refix something, and so forth. So I'm going to draw the top of my sunglasses just a little bit wider at the top. And I like to use my ruler to give me some measurement lines so that one side is proportionate to the other side. That really makes sense to me, right? Because if you don't do that, you will find that your glasses have improportionate sizes. One side is not balanced, it's not equal on all sides. And so I'm going to try to mimic the same thing that I drew on my right side to the left side, a little slightly different because the perspective is a little different. I want the same height and width for all sides, left to right of my sunglasses, okay? So I'm going to actually bring this down just a little further. And I can grab an eraser to fix those details. All right. So I think that the glasses here on the right side is a little bit wider. So I want to bring that out some more. I'm going to erase there. So even if you do not use a grid, what you'll do is you'll find yourself making some unnecessary mistakes that you might not want to make. But if you have a grid, you won't make so many errors, okay? Let's see if I can find me an eraser. Okay. I will outline it so that you can see the proper shape. Right, so from this point, I want you to go ahead and begin now to draw in your details for your sunglasses. There we go. Now you can see the viewpoint a little better. drawing in those details, drawing the 2-point perspective, building here, your feature here. It's like, I read a book long time ago, and the book was See Your Future, Be Your Future. I thought it was quite interesting. I'm going to change that around too. I thought it was a quite interesting book, See Your Future, Be Your Future. And I'm going to actually write that inside of here when I get ready to finish up on my drawing. Because if we can see the view of our future daily, then that keeps us focused on our successful daily tasks. So today, I don't just live for what I want to live for today. My behavior, the things that I do those so that my future can be better. So that is what this assignment is going to be about. And don't forget to finish all of the steps. This is step 2. Okay, then we'll go to step 3, drawing the view within the sunglasses, your goals, the 2-point perspective structure, the background. Then we're going to create the background, adding color. And then last but not least, in step 6, I am going to give you your reflection, identify the message assessment. And that assessment is going to be test 1 grade for this 6 weeks, the first test. The second test is going to be your final exam, to which we'll study individually. So test 1 is going to be identifying the message, which is going to be related to this actual assignment and more. All right. So let's go ahead, get it in, turn in what you have by the end of the class period. Thank you for listening.